You have no idea what you got involved with. You have no idea who you're messing with. You have no idea. Congratulations.
Y'all better tune in to Monday nights after Raw, to the only show doing a recap when it goes off. You know how Mondays go. Watch it Raw first, then listening to the Perfect Plex Radio. Shout out to the CEO, my homie Mike Knoxxx.
What up?
AKA the Stephen A. Smith, the wrestler.
Get out of here with that.
And if you ever met him, you know he knows his wrestling. Don't believe me? Check out his title collection.
The King of Belts.
Haters, we don't stress them, cause we destined for greatness. Stay on the bench watching the franchise players. Shout out to Spotface. What up?
Welcome back, wrestling fans, right here to Perfect Plex Talk YouTube, people. That's right, people. The spinoff of Perfect Plex Talk Radio, where you can listen to us each and every single Monday night at 6 p.m. on the BDSIR Radio networks of shows, people. Listen, my name is Mike Knoxxx. Indeed, I spell my name with 3 X's because, like the Philadelphia crowd that will boo your mother, I am hardcore. People, Raw opened up with Roman Reigns and completely a mixed crowd of the Ohio State University crowd. And then Daniel Bryan comes out to this same crowd, clearly the fans' favorite. But the decision has been made. The two will meet at WWE Fastlane, with the winner ultimately going on to face Brock Lesnar for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. The two met in the ring. They exchanged pleasantries, if you will, so to speak, ultimately ending in Daniel Bryan saying, "I'm a better wrestler than you. You may have more muscles. You may be bigger. I think we look equally the same," as people along myself and those out there say you buy Roman Reigns because he looks like a superhero. Daniel Bryan looks like Captain Caveman. Well, hey, it doesn't matter. Looks are in the eyes of the beholder, and he has Brie Bella. Roman Reigns' wife is pretty darn sexy too. So who's winning? They are. That's who. Also, as that happens, the Authority comes out. Triple H. This is what I don't understand. If you plan on calling out or confronting Sting at Fastlanes, why are you confronting him now on Raw to get a response to a call out that's supposed to sell, or in this case, because it's free, have people watch Fastlanes? I don't get it. I don't know. Then from there, Stephanie McMahon comes out there and she tells, Roman what he did wrong, and Daniel Bryan, how can you do this to Kane? How can you put him in a casket match? And he goes, well, I'm in the casket match that you put me in, which was a good casket match, by the way, on SmackDown a few weeks back, that you put me in, but I am not the one who did things with a casket like your husband. Daniel Bryan mentions, gets a great crowd for those who don't remember, going back to the Attitude Era, if you will, so to speak. Necrophilia that Triple H had performed, became a part in. But then from there they say, hey, guess what? You're going to meet right now in a tag team match, and this tag team match is going to happen next. And then that tag team match turned into a match that wasn't really a tag team match because Daniel Bryan hit Roman Reigns, and the match was stopped and held off to the main event, which would be a 5-on-2 match, beating the Authority. That is J&J Security, Roman Reigns, Big Show, and Kane versus the two in the ring to see if they can, the two combatants, if you will, can get along. WWE, I want people to think about this for a second. When was the last time the WWE was in a college sort of town? And watching this Raw, you did not feel like you felt them before in the past in college towns. At least like Ohio. First of all, it wasn't sold out. You saw, a few handful of empty seats out there. The crowd was sort of mixed, not knowing what to do, who to cheer for, who not to cheer for, which leads me to believe, as a person watching it when it was exciting to watch when they would visit college campuses, they wasn't on fire like maybe WWE thought they would be, as they are in Full Sail University, as where NXT is. So I wondered if the WWE, how they felt about that crowd and how they're going to talk about that tonight after the show is over, which is over now, and they continue and move forward in what they're going to do in the future. But then you had Ryback come out taking on Seth Rollins. I mean, really, what kind of match is this with Seth and Ryback? But hell, anything you get Seth Rollins in, I'm happy it's in a wrestling match. And let's be honest, people. The company, that's the WWE, views Seth Rollins and the big guy, no, not you, the guy Ryback, to be the future of the company. So eventually they would have to meet. So people, let's just calm down, let that happen, what it be, and be happy that ends in a DQ. So Seth Rollins continues to be who he is, the scumbag of scumbags and pretty much the superstar of the year. I know they said it's Roman Reigns, but we all know, you know, right? Because I know it's really Seth Rollins, or at least Dean Ambrose or Bray Wyatt. But they said it was Roman Reigns, which I'm a fan of. Hey, Roman. Also, so that ends in a dequalification match, but we expected that to happen as well. At this point, you get your Bree mode taking on Paige. The best part about that entire match was we actually got to see Nikki Bella come out there and strut her stuff. Winner of the match, Paige. I mean, I'm just saying it was Paige versus Brie. I like Divas Wrestling, just in NXT, not on my WWE Network or my WWE main roster, which is Raw. I prefer to see Nikki, which I got, so kudos to you, WWE, for giving us Nikki Bella. And then this guy comes out, the most underappreciated, the most underutilized, appreciated wrestler from the fans' point of view. I don't know why people are out there not getting on this boat that I've been on since day one. Rusev comes out with Lana and cuts a promo on Cena about how you were the greatest thing in American wrestling. You were this, and now you're this broken down has-been of a self. I like how they're going with the WWE and the old man Cena versus the new guy and the new lion in Rusev. I like that a lot. A, I love it. B, a big fan of Rusev, so like, as I just said. And C, I'm reading my notes here if you guys cannot tell. And C, why is the WWE at the time was hiding that black eye? The cameras it wasn't really trying to get on the black eye, and Rusev brought it up in the promo. They attacked each other. Had a huge down he broke on the stage there. Again, I like this matchup. I don't understand. I don't see why everybody's not getting on board. But we knew somebody had to take down Rusev. We know as fans, we rumored and clamored, and it was talks in the works of getting Kurt Angle there, but it couldn't be Kurt Angle. So, you know, the intelligent wrestling fans, where you can find us each and every single Monday night at 6 p.m. on BDSIR Network, on Perfect Plex Talk Radio, the show for the intelligent wrestling fan, where Barbershop Talk Meets Radio. Please join us, okay? You would know that this is what we've called, and most fans out there also called this as well. Again, P.S. as I'm watching this whole entire setup, again, I love this. We proceed to go on there to call my guy, and your favorite guy right now, all of a sudden, he's your flavor of the month, and Hill Ziggler taking on Bray Wyatt Part 2. I mean, listen, this match was hard-hitting. This match was entertaining. This match told a story. I mean, simply ended with Sister Abigail, and then you ends up following the Buzzers. Listen, the best part about this entire match, besides the match, because, again, it's Bray Wyatt versus Dolph Ziggler Part 2 on Raw. So that's 2 times in 2 weeks. We got to see that match, okay? I loved it. The best part was Bray Wyatt after the show, after the match, right, trying to move back the mat and get his Jake the Snake on. But the damn WWE referees stopped this? Another thing. Okay, I understand we got to be aware of contracting HIV and all the diseases that one's blood from another blood can touch, but we're not vampires. I watched the originals tonight before I watched Raw. Sorry, people, I watch Raw on DVR so that way I can enjoy it. Okay, but what is the little blood going to do from his nose? You got to put on gloves for every little thing? Come on, WWE. Listen, then they give us this propaganda, because it's Black History Month, of Junkyard Dog. But yet, if WWE loves black wrestlers so much, shout out to my man, Mr. David Anderson, Like a Hater on Twitter, who wrote this brilliant piece about WWE's problem with black people. Yeah, you see how I get that shout out? Because I am a friend of a friend that's a friend of the program. You get it? Got it? Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, wherever social media is sold, at Mike Knoxxx. David Anderson's thing said it all. If you cared about blacks in wrestling, you would have a WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Not a World Heavyweight Champion, not a champion that's black and Samoan, that you only support the Samoan heritage of this man who tells you he's black. So, man, Rocky Johnson did a lot of things. Anyway, as we proceed, and as I digress away from WWE's wannabe Black History Month tribute, Junkyard Dog, you was my dude as a kid. I loved you. Shout out to the Wrestling Marks of Excellence and my man G-Lo, who called in and said, hey, there were some territories that Junkyard Dog outsold Hulk Hogan before he moved up north to the WWE. Put that in your crawl and put that in your pipe and smoke that, Mr. Vincent Kennedy McMahon. But after that, people, Brock effing Lesnar. That's why I said effing, because somebody's kid might be out here watching, and I don't want to offend nobody. You get what it stands for. Lesnar, your World Heavyweight Champion. I'm sorry, that's wrong. That is not what he is. Your WWE World Heavyweight Champion, Brock Lesnar, comes out there with his mouthpiece. No, get your minds out of there with Paul Heyman. Okay, and he pretty much breaks down Roman, Daniel Bryan. Do you really want to see Daniel Bryan versus Brock Lesnar? I know you guys want it. Listen, I all but guaranteed it for 2 years. And I even thought about it this year to happen. And then as it panned out, I'm sorry. I love Daniel Bryan. I don't want to see him against Brock Lesnar. It's like watching Rey Mysterio beat the Big Show. It's not really supposed to happen, but I know it's storyline. I think it devalues Brock Lesnar to have him lose to a Daniel Bryan. The only way I can see this possibly happening, and I even would possibly accept it, is that if we know Brock Lesnar is going to stick around after WrestleMania 31. That's the only way I will accept it. I can see physically Roman Reigns having a better chance of beating Brock Lesnar than Daniel Bryan. That's just me who wanted Daniel Bryan, got his kids doing everything we do. Me and my wife just got finished having relations earlier. You know what I got done when I got finished? What I said? I said, yes! Yes! Yes, I want him too. But people, we got to get and be grown about this. We got to be intelligent about this. It's not always about us. It's about cereal boxes. It's about lunch boxes. It's about video game covers. It's about Essence Magazine. People, it's about GQ Magazine. That's all I'm going to say. But Daniel Bryan thinks they look alike. But hey, I'm not one to gossip. No broke back, so it ain't me to judge it. But after Brock Lesnar comes out there, now again, Paul Heyman continues on his Brian Williams rant about what's going on. Brothers thus get into a match against the most shucking and jiving, it's not a New Day at all, group. Winner of this match, the New Day, is Stardust, finally turns on Goldust, and then immediately following backstage as the shucking and jiving, what do I call them? What's the name I just gave these boys? Not a New Day. Actually got a chance to break up backstage, but the most important part was as Dustin, who said, "This is Dustin, Cody, talking to you, not Goldust." Cody again, Stardust, that is, if you will, so to speak. Please don't come. Please, okay, stay over there in your cosmos. Stardust, that's not my name. My name is Stardust. Cody Rhodes is dead. Now that kind of breaks my heart as a wrestling fan because I am a huge fan of Cody Rhodes. I don't think anything that the company has given this man that he has not fulfilled the best of his abilities to be a part of. I loved everything that Cody Rhodes has ever done outside of the first time we saw him, and he was with before he got with Sparkplug Holly or Hardcore Holly. I was a fan of his after that moment, and I always thought he was a bigger star than Curtis, than any of the other sons that's come along. We have yet to see what Bray Wyatt can do. Bray Wyatt is right there, but Cody was where Bray Wyatt is, and they never pushed this off. I want to see where that continues to go, but I'm a big fan of Stardust and whatever it is that he decides to do. Then Triple H comes back out, to sales to tell Sting, listen, for 14 years, you've been ducking me. For 14 years, you have not wanted to come to here to where the real big boys play because you knew I was here to expose you. Sting, I want an answer now if you're going to be there for me to confront you. So confront me now because I'm going to confront you at Fastlanes. Okay. Makes no sense, right? I don't get it either. We shall proceed. Then Sting. Okay. And this is why, people, listen. I was a huge fan of 80 Sting. I respected the Crow sting in the early stages of it, I thought once he went red and black, once all that came out, that it should have died down. But where else can you go from there once the character is so widely popular, in which he made that character imitating the Crow from the Crow movies? Rest in peace, Brandon Lee. But I thought the production that the WWE finally put behind Sting and having the different spotlights show up like he's actually in the crowd. Come on, people, you actually thought he was going to be there? Really? Without them advertising that he was going to be on Raw? Think about it. We're intelligent wrestling fans. Think about it. So, but I still loved all the... Is that him? All that stuff. Then the truly fake Sting come in the ring. That might have been, Mizdow for all we know, dressed up, scares Triple H. Then he shows up with a video description, faces of Triple H, turning into the Sting face, says, I accept your face-to-face to confrontate you. So yes, we finally have it official, as if we didn't know it was official. I've never seen a confrontation to have a confrontation that was showed to have a confrontation. However, it was entertaining to me anyway. I hope you liked it as well. Okay. Followed by that was clearly, I've talked about this on Perfect Plex Talk Radio. Again, listen, people, it's not a cheap pop because I pay for it, so therefore it's not, but it's still my show. Perfect Plex Talk Radio, we talked about. I'm a huge fan of Team Technician, okay? That's Tyson Kidd, and that's Antonio Cesaro. I'm sorry, Spotface. That's Cesaro, okay? I'm a huge fan of these guys, and I'm a huge Uso fan. With Stardust, or Brother Dust, as we refer to him as, most people about to refer to him as, are breaking up. This sets a new page for a new tag team to come in. I'm liking Team Technician. That's what I call them. Tyson Kidd and Cesaro taking on the Usos. I think they will be a great rivalry together. And tonight you got a chance to see that firsthand as Antonio Cesaro pushes out one of the Uso brothers. I think it was Jimmy. I don't know. It might have been Jay, or Jay. It might have been Jimmy. Who knows? They look alike, as you can tell by the paint size. My wife can tell because she's a freak like that and she likes those damn Anawanhi boys. But that happens. Team Technician gets the win. But most importantly, people, at the conclusion of this match, Michael Cole announces, friend of the program. Most of you guys out there, if you met Rikishi, you followed him on Instagram or Twitter, he's a really nice guy. He retweets his stuff. He talks to you. But I had an opportunity to actually sit down and interview him a while back on Perfect Plex Talk Radio. When I first got started, I got the pleasure of getting invited to a Yokozuna 10 Years Gone, Never Forgotten tour that was held in my area in Pennsylvania. And from there, the sky's the limit of what's happened with me in my career here in the wrestling business. And I want to thank Uncle Rikishi for that opportunity and being such a stand-up guy, and more well-deserving that he is in the Hall of Fame. I know a while back I had some other members of Knoxxx Pro on the program, Caesar Black most importantly, who was ready to get the petition started, Rikishi for the Hall of Fame. It's in his backyard in San Francisco. Well, guess what, people? That dream has been fulfilled. Rikishi has been announced, Junior Fatu, to go into the Hall of Fame. My only sad note is that I'm moving out to the West Coast later this year, so I'm unable to attend this ceremony. I will be watching it and proud of a man who I watched my whole entire life, and as an adult, some people you get to meet your idols. And they always say you never want to meet your heroes because they will let you down. Well, I've met a couple of my heroes in this wrestling industry, and they have let me down. I am proud to say that Rikishi, Junior Fatu, lived up to every bit of one of my thoughts of him as a man, as an entertainer. And from there, I don't know about their personal life, what he goes on in his family. That's none of my business. I know how he treated me, how he treated my family, how he refers to me, and what I've built at BDSIR Network. So again, Uncle Rikishi, 2 thumbs up to you. Self high five. Barry Horowitz on the back. Man, you deserve it. Welcome to the Hall of Fame. Can't wait to see that live on the WWE Network for $9.99. But I actually paid $5.49 because, I have a deal. Also, people, as we move on, after that, you get the Mizdow taking on Sin Cara. Sin Cara wins thanks to the Miz interference, having him do all kind of things. Stop! Don't do a figure four leg lock in the ring. I make that move famous. Really? I thought Kimmy Cakes. Oh, I'm sorry. Ric Flair made that move famous. But hey, that's what the Miz had to do. He's a great heel. He's a pest. He does what heels are supposed to do. I don't understand why everybody don't like the Miz so much. I get it, but he's paid his dues. We talk about Roman Reigns not paying dues. We talk about this guy not going through the trenches or not being ready. whether The Miz was ready then or not, The Miz paid his dues. Not a big fan of the guy. You know what I mean? I love his shirt. Haters love me. But I think the guy's paid his dues. And it was real, I think some things he can get away with because he plays that pesky, that Uncle Tom, that Eddie Haskell, for all my older heads out there, kind of a character on TV. After that, we get the privilege of seeing another one of these Bray Wyatt promos, people. I want to know where these things are leading up to. I've seen them now for a while. They're just these random vigilantes on the screen throughout television shows, whether it's Raw or SmackDown. And I want to know where these things are going and what they're going to actually do with these things and these promos. They're got to be setting up for something. The question is, what are they being set up for? I know I can't wait. Then we were privileged to see a match by my boy, your friend, hashtag I am a Dean Ambrose guy, taking on the longest running non-eliminated competitor in Royal Rumble history, Curtis Axel, who loses this match, by the way, but it's Curtis Axel, so it's okay. But then Dean says, hey, B&B, I want your Intercontinental title. And then B&B proceeds to give us Bad News Zone. That's right, people, B and Z. And he says, you're not worthy, excuse me, of my title. Excuse me while I take a little drink. I apologize for that, people. Like my Disney cups, I love them. I love them. Listen, people, and then to end the show, we get the 5-on-2 match between the Authority. That's Kane, Big Show, Noble, Mercury, and Seth Rollins taking on the team of Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan. Can they coexist? Donnybrook happens all over the place. Roman Reigns is taken out early in this match. Daniel Bryan does a lot of the leg work, which we can expect in this kind of match. And if he didn't go out of the ring of getting beat up outside, that Daniel Bryan would take the majority of the legwork in this match. Most technicians actually do that in most tag team matches anyhow. But that Donnybrook is sued when Harper and the big guy and the little guy, that's Hill, Ziggler, and Ryback, comes out and to help out the aid. And then when you think the match is over, I didn't know if this match was a no contest or what was going on when all this happened. But then Daniel Bryan's in the ring. He's doing his Jets chance. He's ready to go to work. And then Roman Reigns tags himself in, gets the spear, gets the victory, and then all hell breaks loose between the two. Daniel Bryan's like, hey, what are you doing? I did all of this work. Why do you think you just come in here and take what I did? And he punches Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns says, listen here, hold up, buddy. I'm not trying to beat up little people. This is, be a star program. We don't pick on little kids, but if you're going to push me, little kid, I'm going to smack you. And guess what? That's what happened. The spear, show goes off, holding his ribs. The crowd doesn't know what to do because they were in Ohio State University. They won the national title. Whatever, Notre Dame. Screw you. I will give you fingers, but little kids might be watching this program. Notre Dame University all day. Anyway, we're not talking about sports. We're talking about wrestling. I apologize. Sometimes people, I just go off on all little tangents, but it's okay. But listen, people, I've enjoyed Raw. Again, I watch it on DVR, so I get the privilege of watching it about an hour and a half after they started, so I get to fast forward through some of the fluff. But I still enjoy Raw every single time I watch it. It's not always up here where it used to be. It's not something that you must see television. Could I have waited to Wednesday to watch this program? Most importantly, I could have. But we all know out there in social media world that we'd have heard everything that happened on the show anyway. And I'm a believer, guys. Watch the show for yourself. Don't read about it. That's just me as a fan. I will always be a fan first. I have no loyalties to any brand. Okay, I am a wrestling fan first. However, I grew up watching WWE. That's what I currently watch the most, people. I watch every single thing that's out there. But listen, Raw was good. What did you think about it? On BDSIR Network, when it comes to Perfect Plex Talk Radio, I like to give things title belts and how you rank them. So, you have the top tier belts, you have your middle tier belts, and your lower tier belts. I actually thought tonight's Raw was pretty decent. I will give it a Eurocontinental Championship because I thought it was pretty good how it kept with storylines. The wrestling we did get was good outside of the last match, the 5-on-2, and then that early on 2-on-2 match. I'm not a big fan of that, but I thought between the Usos and Team Technician, Bray Wyatt and Hill Ziggler Part 2, enough for me sold Raw. But what did it do for you? Also, the Sting promo. What did it do for you? Let me know. Comment down below. Let me know. People, also, listen, follow me on social media wherever they're sold. Instagram, Twitter, wherever you can find Facebook, Mike Knoxxx. That's with 3 X's, people. Follow, I follow back, people. And most importantly, go to BDSIR Network.com for all the exclusive interviews that we've had with Global Force own Jeff Jarrett recently, Uncle Rikishi, the several times he's been on the program, Jake the Snake, DDP, Ken Shamrock, you name them, we've interviewed them here on BDSIR Network. And make sure you listen to all the shows on the network, but most importantly, Perfect Plex Talk YouTube will be here each and every single Monday to give you the review on Monday Night Raw and other wrestling events as I choose fit to do it. People, hey, without you, I couldn't be here. I am the $1 Million host. You are the $1 Million audience. And together, like the mega powers, we form the $1 Million Connection. It's late, y'all. Peace.
Best damn show on the radio. Yo, it's the best damn show on the radio. Yo, it's the best damn show on the radio. Yo, it's the best damn show on the radio. Yo, it's the best damn show on the radio. Yo, it's the best damn show in radio.